Hey there, hello and welcome. It is Madeline here, and tonight I'm talking about the state of emergency that the United States is in, that the whole world seems to be in, seemingly. So, on Friday, the President of the United States declared a state of emergency for the US. And I want to talk about what that means, okay? Is that really true? What does it mean? And how the language that we use matters. And I'm going to share, so 3 things, or 2.5 things, and I'm going to share another powerful stress relieving technique that you can use to calm your mind and your body in the moment, okay? So first of all, again, the president announced a state of emergency on Friday for the United States. So, and what does that mean? So, and I want to combine that with the language that we use matters, right? We're using words like pandemic, epidemic, emergency. And all those words are inflammatory. They cause a rise in us. They have negative connotations in our physiology. So I just wanted to break it down for you, right? And kind of put it in perspective. And again, give you some more perspective about what's going on. So, state of emergency, right? So when a government declares a state of emergency, they do so because that gives them the power, that gives the government the ability to implement protocols and policies that they wouldn't be able to implement otherwise. Okay? It allows them to access funds that they wouldn't be able to implement otherwise. It allows them to, again, activate protocols, engage personnel in a manner that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise, right? So this declaration of a state of emergency is required in order to access and put into motion those policies, those protocols again. So I hope that makes sense, okay? So we've been hearing for a week that state of emergency, state of emergency, state of emergency. Are we really in an emergency? So I looked up all these words for you. And an emergency means, like an unexpected and often dangerous situation that requires immediate attention. So is the coronavirus outbreak unexpected? Yes. Is it dangerous? I want to say it's potentially dangerous, right? It's not dangerous right now. It's potentially dangerous. It can be dangerous to those who are immediately affected. And again, I'm going to compare the coronavirus to the flu. I'm going to give you some stats as of this week per the CDC, just to give you some perspective, okay? So regarding emergency, is the situation an emergency? In my opinion, no. Based on the definition that I just shared with you, no. Is it could it potentially be an emergency? I would say yes, but now the United States, anyway, and most of the world is taking immediate action and measures in order to contain further spread of the virus, okay? But language that we use matters. Images that we use matters. And even after, and this will pass, right? Even after this situation passes, and it will, right? This lesson, right? The learning from my talk tonight can be applied to other areas of your life, okay? So what does, you hear pandemic, right? And that is an inflammatory word. It evokes negative emotions in most people. It sounds serious, dangerous, ominous, and looming, right? So what does pandemic means? Pandemic means that a disease has spread worldwide, okay? That the disease has crossed international borders, okay? So that could be true based on the definition of the word pandemic. That could be true of the flu. That could be true of many diseases. But again, you hear the word pandemic and it evokes these emotions in us. But so next time you hear it, I want you to think of me and the definition that I shared with you, and these definitions are according to the CDC, okay? The Centers for Disease Control of the United States. And it just means it's a disease that has crossed borders, international borders, okay? So are we in a state of emergency? Technically, yes. So the government has the liberty to do what it needs to do in order to contain the situation and keep us safe, okay? And remember that as you hear the words pandemic. And again, pandemic is just a disease that has crossed international borders. So that could be true of diabetes, of the regular flu. So, and while we're at it, so I am going to share with you, again, I am going to share with you a technique to help you release stress in the moment. So, but, oh, please forgive me, I lost my train of thought. Oh, flu stats, okay? So the coronavirus is a flu-like virus, okay? The difference between the coronavirus and the influenza that we are familiar with is this, according to my family physician, whom I saw this week, right? They both have similar symptoms, of which we all know what they are. We've been hearing about them repeatedly, is that, and before I go further, let me repeat what the Surgeon General said yesterday in a live press conference, okay? I heard, and I wrote this down, the Surgeon General of the United States said yesterday that 99.9% of Americans, if they contract the coronavirus, will be fine, okay? Again, it's the vulnerable populations that for which this is a concern, okay? Our elderly, our sick and elderly, and our babies, okay? So the difference, again, between the coronavirus and the influenza that we know about is that if not cared for, right? So if you get the flu or the coronavirus, and you don't take care, hey Benoit, good to see you, and you don't take care of it, right? So if you get sick, you should be resting, you should be taking in lots of fluids, you should be managing your fever, okay? So you can heal, right? Getting lots of rest and getting lots of sleep, okay? If you don't do that, and the flu or the coronavirus gets into your lungs, right? If it creates an infection or pneumonia, for the flu, we have antibiotics to treat that. And for the coronavirus, we do not. And that is, again, a big if, okay? If you get the flu or the coronavirus, and if it turns into a respiratory infection, we have antibiotics for our usual influenza. We do not yet have one for the coronavirus. Although according to my physician, medical facilities around the country have found other medications that are having positive results. And according to the head of the NIH, or I forget who, from that live press conference yesterday, they're working feverishly to develop an antidote for the coronavirus, okay? So it's not, although it is a threat, it's not an imminent threat. And what we're really afraid of here is the unknown, isn't it? Aren't we? That's right. Because let me tell you about the flu, right? So let me give you those flu stats. Let me give you the flu stats compared to the coronavirus stats as of this week, as reported by the CDC this week. The flu, this flu season, which starts around Thanksgiving in November in the United States, 36 million cases of the flu. Okay? Reported cases of the flu. So you could have been sick and not, yes, Benoit. So Benoit saying that there's potentially that vitamin C could be efficient, could be effective. You know, like vitamin C and boosting your immune system will be highly effective because when you boost take care of yourself. When you boost your immune system, then you will your immune system will be able to fight off foreign diseases and viruses, which is what our immune system is supposed to do. So thank you for that, Benoit, right? So, and I just finished a series on how to do that, okay? And they are in my group and on my page. So let me continue with the stats, okay? So 36 million cases of the flu, of influenza. This is in the United States, okay? Compared to, as of today, 2,900 cases of the coronavirus. Again, the symptoms are similar, okay? They're both flu-like viruses, okay? Influenza, 370,000 hospitalizations, okay? I don't have the hospitalizations for the coronavirus. And 22,000 deaths this flu season, sadly, of individuals who have died from influenza. 2,900 of the coronavirus. Okay? So, and again, let me repeat what the U.S. Surgeon General said yesterday, yesterday, and I quote, 99.9% of Americans will be fine if they contract the coronavirus. Okay? The at-risk population are elderly, are already infirmed and sick, right? And our babies. People whose immune systems are compromised. So it behooves you to boost up your immune system, okay? To take care of yourself, like Benoit said, and that means get good rest, get good sleep, drink lots of fluids, practice good hand and other hygiene. Yes, Benoit is sharing other stats that, just put things in perspective. Okay? Just put things in perspective. So I want to share with you a technique to help you if you're feeling extra anxious with everything that's going on in the world today. I hope that today's video and today's live has helped calm some of your nerves and ease your stress about what's going on in the world, right? When you step back and you can look at things calmly and what do things really say? What do things really mean, right? Again, the words we use, Matt. Hey, Sonia, good to see you, beautiful. The words we use matter, okay? So, but if you are feeling yourself getting stressed out, anxious, worked up over this virus outbreak or whatever it is going on in your life, right? If you're in leadership, right, you've got even more things to deal with, right? You're probably considering contingency plans for your business or your organization, planning for shutdowns or people not coming to work or trying to work from home. And now this is one more thing that you need to deal with. So here's a fabulous tool for you to work with, for you to use in the moment, anywhere, anytime. It's pretty effective. It happens. The positive result is pretty quick. And it has a mantra for you, right? Which is the combination will help return your physiology into homeostasis. So it's a tapping technique, right? EFT, an emotional freedom technique. I learned the technique from my teacher, Gabby Bernstein, and I forget some other expert that she had on stage with her, as well as Nick Ortner's tapping solution. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more about tapping, I invite you to go into my group and I can teach you there. Okay. So for tapping, right, I want you to get whatever hand is comfortable for you. They're the same, right? So this right here, in between your pinky finger, the space in between your pinky finger joints and your pinky finger joints and your ring finger joint, like right here, this is the gamut point, okay? And you're going to tap that point right there with the other hand, right? This is the oh shit point, right? There are lots of tapping points, but this is the oh shit point, okay? You're gonna tap that with the other hand. And what happens with tapping, really, really abbreviated, high level, is that there are meridians in these, all throughout our body that send relaxation response to our brain and in turn down the stress response and activate the relaxation response, okay? Turns off fight or flight, amps up the rest and relaxation response, okay? So you just tap here. You can close your eyes if you want more of an effect. And then it helps if you say positive or affirming statements of what you want, right? So I have some for you, of course, which is that I am safe. I am healthy and strong. My immune system is fierce and can fight off whatever threat that crosses its path. I am safe. I am healthy and strong. My immune system is fierce and can annihilate any threat. Okay? Again, I am safe. I am healthy and strong. My immune system is fierce and can annihilate any threat. I am strong. I am safe. I am healthy and strong. My immune system is fierce and can fight off any threat. Okay, so do that. I'm already feeling happiness in my physiology. I hope that you are too, but I'm not really anxious. I'm not really worried about any of this stuff. I feel pretty good about my safety and my health. So, and I hope that you feel better about all of those things now as a result of our time together in this video, okay? So if you would, so those statements, right, you'll notice that all of those statements were in the positive, right? They were in the affirmative, right? Because our unconscious mind is listening, and I invite you to think them on purpose instead of whatever other craziness is going on in your mind, okay? That is working you up. Think those statements when you're driving, even if you can't do the tapping. Again, if you want to learn tapping, come tell me in my group. Tell me here, I'll invite you to my group, and I'll teach the tapping in my group, okay? So, and if you're just joining, rewind the video a little bit so you can get go to the beginning, because I think I shared valuable content the whole time, okay? So there you go. There's another fabulous technique for you that's super powerful, that has an immediate positive response on your physiology and returns your physiology, helps return your physiology to homeostasis, depending on, it does. How quickly you get to homeostasis, normal, will depend on your level of stress and anxiety, right? So, and the last thing I want to say about this worldwide situation, right, is how can it be great for you? Okay, so, right, successful people understand that things are happening for them, not to them, right? So I know that you're all being impacted by this situation in one way or another. How can it be great for you? Okay, I'm going to suggest that I know my leaders are, busy planning and dealing with this impact in your company, in your life, in your business, in your organization. Okay, so, but how can it be great for you? Okay, maybe this will result in extra time that you won't spend commuting to a workplace. Okay, or maybe your workplace, if you're international, maybe your workplace is closed, right? Now you've got time to deal with your stress, your anxiety, your overwhelm, your health. And now is the time to work on your stress, your overwhelm, your health, so you can boost your immune system so you stay healthy, right? That's right. Because if you are suffering from anxiety, depression, overwhelm, trauma, and it's a state that's become your state. Hey, Steve, good to see you, love. Thank you. That's become your state. Your immune system is compromised, my love, right? Because it's busy doing other things instead of fighting off. It's busy running the fight or flight response instead of fighting off threats like it's supposed to be doing. So now is the time. Maybe now's the time you get a mentor. Now's the time you hire a coach. Now's the time you just book a call with me and see what we can do to get you feeling good fast so you can get healthy and stay ahead of whatever's going on in your world, if that makes sense. That's right. So let me know. I see there's a few people on live. Let me know what questions you have about any of this. Again, I'm going to post this in my private group as well. If you want to learn more about tapping, let me know and I will teach it in there. So I hope this serves you. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. And until then, I will see you in the gap. So I think there was a quote I wanted to share. Okay. The President of the United States said today, right? And relax. We're doing great. This too shall pass. And all politics aside, I agree with that wholeheartedly. That is fantastic advice. Let me repeat it, okay? Relax. We're doing great. Tap if you can't relax, okay? Or the other techniques I shared in recent days. This too will pass, okay? And as I said, how can this be great for you? How can what's going on in the turn of events in the world, how can this be great for you, right? If you can't figure that out, book a call with me and we'll figure it out together, okay? I hope this serves you. Only in the U.S. No, not only in the U.S. No, it's going to be great everywhere, right? It's going to be okay. So Benoit is saying, and Benoit is in Europe, right? So it's going to be okay all over the world. It really is. This will pass. There's something every couple of, of years. And if you're within the sound of my voice, you would definitely going to be great because you're hanging out with me, you're meditating, you have all the content that I've shared with you in recent weeks, actually, which is very serendipitous, to actually I actually gave you the steps to boost your immune system. Oh, we're not talking about the medical hours, Benoit. That's for another live. And, oh, excellent, Sonia. Sonia, I don't know if you're in my group. Join my group and I can do a lesson on tapping. The tapping is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So I've lost track of where I was. I think I was saying goodbye. And Benoit's laughing at me. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go so this video stays short and short-ish. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And until then, I'll see you in the gap. Mwah. Namaste. Be blessed.